In this slidecast, we're going to look at validation spending and uncertainty over time. So we looked at the process before and it looks something like this. Business model design and innovation is a pretty messy process, but we now know how to govern this process. And we said there are two phases here: the search phase, the search for the right business model, and the execution phase, once you've figured it out, how to execute it and bring your business model to the market. On the x-axis, we're going to add something else. We're going to add two more things: the spending on testing, how much money do you spend on your market tests, and the uncertainty, how unsure or sure are you that your idea is going to work. So at the very beginning of the process, you have maximum uncertainty. You have no idea if your business model or value proposition is actually going to work. But the aim is to decrease this uncertainty over time. And how are you going to do that? With the customer development process. You're going to spend money on testing your ideas. And the idea here is that at the beginning, when uncertainty is at its maximum, you're going to spend small amounts. You're going to do very quick and very cheap tests to figure out how the market reacts, how your partners think about your ideas. And once you've done these tests, you're going to learn. And you're going to increase your confidence because you know what doesn't work and what works to a certain degree. And you're going to increase this spending because over time, the uncertainty is going to decrease because you gained information, you gained knowledge, you figured out more and more what doesn't work and what works. And with this increasing confidence, with this decreasing uncertainty, you're going to continue to increase the tests. You're going to make more expensive tests. You're going to talk to more people. You're going to set up websites that simulate transactions and so on until you can really say, hey, I really think this is going to work. And only then you do pilot tests, which today we see as market testing. But those are usually already very expensive tests that in large companies can go into the millions. So make sure that at the early stages, you spend small amounts on very quick and cheap tests before you get to the pilots. And once you really figured it out, and when you're really sure it's going to work, and you eliminated most of the uncertainty, that's when you're going to spend the full amount of money to implement your business model, to execute it to its full extent. So make sure that you really start cheap with rapid tests because uncertainty is at its maximum and you don't want to waste money. You want to make sure that your idea can actually work. And with your rising confidence, with the decreasing uncertainty, you can increase your spending and make more sophisticated and more expensive tests. So go out, start testing. Class dismissed.